On EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC West. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. All that and more coming up next.
It's a stadium known for its design, its noise, and a fan base so passionate. Brock, you know this firsthand. They've retired a jersey number for them. Welcome, everybody, to Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. So glad y'all could join us for this game. Kate, Scott, and Brock here on the call for it, and we're expecting quite a bit of offensive gamesmanship, partner. Some veteran savvy out there. Both of our starting quarterbacks have spent quite a long time in this league, and they've got plenty of experience to show for it.
Yeah, I like the way you say that right there. Gamesmanship and veteran savvy. Father Time, he chases down these skill guys. It's a game that's getting younger and younger, right? Because, well, it's hard to be as fast as you've been when you were a rookie. But as a quarterback, you've got to use your years of experience. Both these guys have to play this game from the neck up and still play it at a high level.
What a perfect day for football. And we're underway from Seattle. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. He was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability that was there at West Virginia, and it just took some time and maybe a little love from Pete Carroll at that time to really elevate his confidence and elevate his game.
2nd and 8. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
And they send a man in motion. Throwing on 3rd, Smith. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They go play action. Here's Smith. Fits it through the middle. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. It's a pickup of 26. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Toss play. This is Walker. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
A play fake. Now Smith to throw. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the gun, Smith escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Shotgun snap to Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. He's on the move. He's going to pull this one down and run. And they take this in for the score. The Seahawks finish up an excellent opening series. Geno Smith with a touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Rams on offense, ready for their opening drive. And leading them out to one of the game's all-time leading passers, the top pick back in 2009. Still going strong, it's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle father time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear in the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Stafford from the gun. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10 from the 41. They fake the handoff, now Stafford. He'll get this to Cup. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now Stafford again. And this one doesn't go far.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap to Stafford. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. So Seattle retakes the field for their 2nd series. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug of war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
This is Walker on 2nd. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
From the 37. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner and, really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
That one's out and caught on the right side. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Running back sent in motion. 1st down, Smith to throw. Walker hauls it in. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. And again, it's Smith. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
It's sure nice to have that safety valve. Sure nice to have a running back that's not just able to tote it, Kate, but he's able to catch it. That's now multiple times they've looked his way, and multiple times he's delivered.
Smith on 3rd and short. Gets this to Fant. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle, they showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
First and 10 now. Here's Smith. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No luck connecting with Jackson Smith and Jigba. So it's second down coming up. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Smith setting the throw. Into the hands of Walker. Brushes him off with ease. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Offense set for a first and 10. From the red zone now. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to the air, it's Smith. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down. Throwing now from the gun. He finds Fant. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Walker now from the gun. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be second and goal.
I know these D-ends love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Smith to the air now. Chased out to his right. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Seahawks get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Geno Smith with a touchdown. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Good looking return here, and he's got room. He's at the 30. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Rams finish off their opening drive. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
That one right down the middle. And the Rams chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he's tackled for a short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Staying with Walker. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Handoff to Walker from the gun. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Smith. Complete to DK Metcalf. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Walker on 1st down, and he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
This is an excellent job, Kate, right here by the defense to deny that big play and make them earn it offensively. If they want to reach the end zone, they're going to have to scrap and fight right through them.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent. When you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Touchdown, Seattle! 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks double their lead to 14. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Rams headed back out for their second drive now. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. That's incomplete left side. Cooper Kupp, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Putting a receiver in motion. The first carry now for Kyren Williams. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. It's a 2-score game early. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They stay on the ground with Williams. He finds space for a few yards that time. Brought down on the play by Uchenna Nwosu. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. That one's complete over the middle. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. Throw finds DeMarcus Robinson. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd and 3 now. Motioning him from the slot right. On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Throwing now, Stafford. This throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the 1st down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
First and goal, here's Williams. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Williams goes up and over for the touchdown. The Rams make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That one splits the uprights. And the Rams chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's a return from the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
The Rams get to him, and he's dropped. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or 2.
And he'll only drive this forward to around the 26. It's going to be a pickup of about 2. That leaves him with 3rd and 9. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight end, they got that ball out in a hurry.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. From the gun, Smith. Bobo with the grab. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. A give up the gut to Walker. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Stopped on the play by the rookie from Tennessee. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Motioning one of the tight ends. On 3rd down, Walker. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
Running with Walker again. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Pass taken in by Lockett. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. Shotgun snap to Smith. And he can't hang on to it in the end zone. Not an interception, only an incompletion. So they get it back. 2nd down coming up.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Smith. Headed out right. He's going to keep it this time. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Uh-oh, he's in trouble, and the Rams bring him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Jason Myers out there now to try and field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Rams back out on offense as we see Kyron Williams again. And they're going to try to take the lead back to 1 possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. Stafford now on 1st down. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Seahawks pick it up. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
The Seahawks offense ready to get going once again. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. First down, Smith to throw. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Now an inside give to Walker. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They kick the running back in motion. It's a Seattle touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks take a 3-possession lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And look at this return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Out come the Rams on offense. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. On 1st down, here's Stafford. That's taken in by Cup. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 43. Got a man. Robinson has it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And it brings up an LA first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He picks up 28 on the play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Now Stafford again. Complete out to the right. He'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Desperation's a tricky thing, Kate. You love defenses when they're desperate and they're just playing on edge. But offensively, you're in a hole like this, the worst thing you could do is get desperate in a sack. Oh, it only adds further insult to injury.
Gotta figure out this third down here. Throwing now from the gun. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
On comes Joshua Carty and the Rams field goal unit to try it on fourth down. A 49-yarder in front of him here. That crunches off the right upright, no good. And this stays a 3-possession game.
Man, that is a sound every kicker dreads. I really thought it had a chance to sneak in, but instead, it's rejected by the upright.
The Seahawks back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. He finds Fant. And he got this close to midfield before going out.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Smith. Cut by Lockett. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
They'll go with Walker on the counter. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Here's Smith. Gets this to Fant. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. So through a flurry of points, we have hit the 2-minute warning. The Seahawks are on the move here. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. On the move, headed right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Connects with Fant. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So that brings up 4th and long.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Myers' kick is good. And that extends the lead to 20.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Stafford from the gun. That one complete to Whittington. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. The Rams are set to punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. That's taken at the 15. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start, up close to the 30. The Seahawks are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Smith on 1st down. He's on the move. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Now Seattle gonna call it 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second and 3 now. From the 34. Escapes the pocket. Ooh, he's calling his own number again. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. From the gun, Smith. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Cameron Curl has it. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
Stafford now on first down. Cup on the catch. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 46. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. So here he is, getting his second field goal look of the half. From the right hash, 55 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And the margin stays glued at 20.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. It's Walker on the give, and he's brought down for a loss. We've reached halftime from Seattle. It's the Seahawks leading in front of the home crowd. Now we'll send you from one end of the country all the way to the other. Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. It was the former comeback player of the year, Geno Smith, who was sharp in the first half. He threw 2 touchdown passes, and he ran for 2 more. He did it all, as his guys were putting up points in bunches.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Los Angeles getting its offense set to go to begin the third. And that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this third quarter. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Stafford now. Finds his target, Robinson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 37 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Tight end going in motion here. On first down, here's Stafford. Throw reeled in by Higbee. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Second half starts with a run by Williams. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Throwing is Stafford on third. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the deficit goes from 20 to 17.
Well, with 2 misses on his ledger already, maybe a surprise. They let him try one from this distance, but what a way to respond. What a way to move past those misses. Hits an absolute bomb for his first field goal of the game.
Fielded at the 7. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. So second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Second and 10. Again, it's Smith. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Rams, they're going to be set up in goal to go after a great return down inside the 10.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And talk about a dream position, Brock. Heading out with first and goal waiting for him. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Cut near the goal line. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams parlay the interception into points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Cardi now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Starting from the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers out to determine how severe this may be. Drive starts out with a first and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up second and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage, he gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
On the carry, it's Walker. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play, but they will take that execution every time.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap to Smith. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it, I promise you that. The coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Smith has it in close.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Pressure comes. Smith. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks make it a 16-point ball game. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba with a touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks take a 3-possession lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Rams set to go on offense once more. And they should be well rested. They were only out there for 1 play last drive, and they found the end zone. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They fake the handoff now. Stafford. Got Williams, and it's complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
From the 32. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. you've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Able to find Nakua here. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Brought down on the play by Uchenna Nwosu.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Now Stafford again. It's taken in by Williams. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
The Rams are set to punt. Ethan Evans, the one to kick it away. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line. The Seahawk offense taking the field now. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
1st down, Smith to throw. Locates Lockett along that sideline, and he's got it.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, but keeping those feet in bounds.
Second and 3 now. The give now to Walker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Out of the gun, here's Smith. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Smith. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the gun, Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That's now a handful of sacks for the defense and a handful of bruises for the quarterback. Consider this, Kate. Truly elite defenses in this league, well, they average just over 3 sacks a game during an entire season. You put up 5 in a contest, you're playing like one of the league's best.
Fourth down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. 65 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will take possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another try following the sack. It's complete to Higbee. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. That both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
Throwing on 3rd and long. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
On now comes their punter. And they could really use a good one here. He's got it at the 24. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. Walker on 1st down. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. A 1st and 5 to begin this drive following the penalty. Walker now from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They go play action. Here's Smith. Into traffic, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. A play fake, now Smith to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Rams will take over along the midfield stripe after the interception and return.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie, right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
The Rams headed out to the field now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
2nd and 4. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Stafford from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Up the gut they go with Williams. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 31. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Stafford. Got a man. Robinson has it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Joshua Carty out for the Rams field goal try. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the gap closes to 14 points.
I know we see these kickers make kicks from this distance all the time, but it never ceases to be impressive. Everything's on the dot, and it's a big 3 points.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And I don't think we can really call these highlights, partner. Shall we just call them replays as we re-examine his performance so far in this one? 3 interceptions mixed in among his work. It's really limited a lot of what he's been able to do out there. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Handoff to Walker from the gun. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Staying with Walker. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Now Walker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. A give up the gut to Walker. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Second down now, 7 to go. They go play action here. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Shotgun snap to Smith. He fires one deep down the middle. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Seahawks bringing out the punt team. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. And this one gets out of bounds. It was pushing some distance towards the goal line, but gets out at the 5. Their offense ready to take the field now. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You know exactly what this defense is thinking right now, Kate. They are thinking safety. Off the snap, boy, they crash the line, and they're inching closer and closer to the end zone.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another run for Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's 8 yards for the gain, and that narrows it to just 5 yards needed on 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And he hauls this one up to the 11 before being stopped.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
So out now comes the punter. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Cameron Curl has it. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Yeah, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Cardi now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Rams chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this 2nd half. They go with Walker here. And all he can get is 1 yard, ran that right into the defensive front.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running with Walker again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. Blitz coming for Smith. He finds Fant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He put some juice on it deep. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Seattle. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks double their lead to 14. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now outruns their offense to take over. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Throwing now on first down, Stafford. Putting the body on the line for his team. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first.
This is one of those plays you're going to see on tape this week, I guarantee it. Not because of the catch, but because of the effort. Lays out and brings in the off-target throw.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Cup on the catch. And he'll get it up to the 44. Second and 6 coming up here. Throwing now, Stafford. He'll get this to Cup. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. That's a pickup of 9. And the Rams are going to have a first down. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Sure, a whole lot of noise to sort through up the middle, but by the time he figured everything out, he was able to hit them for a decent gain.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 38. Hits him on the out route. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Cop the motion man left. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Offense going for it here, 4th and 5. Stafford gonna go on 4th. Throw reeled in by Higbee. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Stafford back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Give to Williams from the gun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up. Now Stafford to throw. Cut near the goal line. And he'll move the chains on that play.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Williams. Takes it in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams now within 1 score in the 4th. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Cardi now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. 1st down, Smith to throw. It's caught, Barner. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, Smith. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Looking for Tyler Lockett on that play. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a 1-score game.
They'll send out the punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Jukes out a 1-stop. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. This offense ready to get going again now. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On 1st down, here's Stafford. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's down inside the 35 before going out. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
It's complete to Higbee. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure, but you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They fake the handoff now. Stafford. He throws a bullet deep. Big gain downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams now trail by just a point in the 4th. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Seahawks offense running out now. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Now an inside give to Walker. And he'll get it up to the 44. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Toward the sideline, and he's got Metcalf. And he couldn't quite get the edge. He goes out of bounds and maybe gets back to the line.
Man, the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap to Smith. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. Back to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
And this? Well, this is what the modern safety is all about in today's game. More and more, we see guys with an interception and a sack in the same game who can line up seemingly in 10 different positions on the field. Almost a positionless defender, yet their impact can be so great.
Their punter making his way out now. Michael Dixon will kick it away. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. So no return on that punt. And the Rams have their work cut out for them on this drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. That's good for 7 yards. And it brings up an LA 1st down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Williams now on 1st and 10. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Rams want to end it in regulation if they can. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Stafford from the gun. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Throwing now. That one complete to Higbee. And this one does not go far. The Rams are set to punt. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. Let's see what he can do on the return. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be Seahawks football. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. And we'll see how aggressive they get to try and end this game in regulation, or if overtime is on the horizon. They'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here he is to throw. Continuing to move past the 45. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. Into the hands of Walker. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
This is Walker on second. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. Buys time, rolling right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Walker on first down. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
An important attempt coming up here for Jason Myers. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. And with 4 seconds remaining, they're going to take a timeout. An entire stadium of pressure now on Jason Myers. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. That one is good! And he hits one more time to win them this game! So several thousand 12th men and women cheering as the Seahawks win at home. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Seahawks winners, as we say so long from Seattle.